really trying to make sure I'm in front of the plugs. Hey guys, so today's video is just a quick one. I do this every year as like a little diary of which makeup products I really enjoy throughout the year. If you're not interested, I get it. I'm filming another 2 or 3 videos today, so this is the first of possibly many. So I'm going to do base products first. So the first thing I want to talk about is this Gucci primer. I know this is super luxury, but been in my collection. I bought this off of TK Maxx, I want to say like last year, and it's just been sitting in my collection, and I thought, you know what, my skin was a bit more dry and I kind of wanted everything to smooth over a lot more. Everything seemed to be like not collecting, but I just wanted a more smooth base, and this Gucci Silk Priming Serum really did that. It's just a very nice primer. It smooths onto the skin really nicely. It sort of like helps to plump a little bit. I actually bought, is it the Laneige? There's like a little pink thing that Kathleen Lights has spoken about for years. I officially bought that this year just to see if it helps hydrate my skin a little bit more in those kind of months where in the summer where I really am just starting to become a bit more dry and scaly. And I think as well, because I'm getting older, I'm now 36, so I really am more aware of what my skin needs to look more like, not necessarily youthful, but just maybe not my age. Which with that, I hate to say this, especially as I've heard that Pat McGrath is possibly going to be closing down soon, but this Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation, I got this in light 2. Not only is this my perfect match, bar the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation skin shade, I'm wearing a powder foundation, which I'll be talking about in a minute, but this light to kind of medium coverage, and as someone who, as I'm getting older, as you can see, it's sort of way more runny. It really just melts in, just makes your skin look perfected without too much makeup. It is stunning. This is like a £60 foundation, but every single time I go anywhere, I'm always using this foundation. I just find that it just makes me look like perfected without wearing too much. It's beautiful. It really is. When I do want to add a little bit of extra coverage, whether that's underneath powder foundation or whether it's just on top of this, I have been reaching for my Natasha Denona Hy-Glam concealer. I've heard really bad things about the foundation, but this concealer, I didn't love this concealer. It's got a nice like doe foot that holds quite a lot of product because it has that hole in the middle. I cannot get on with this underneath my eyes at all. I still use my Revolution. I've gone through another one of these this year, which I'm worried about because I'm pretty sure this is now a discontinued product. 1 or 2 more backups and then I'm out. So if anyone knows any other good ones, because I've only got that in my Lancome otherwise. This is gorgeous for giving you more of like a glam sort of finish. I am wearing it underneath my powder foundation today. I always put a bit on the high points of my cheeks and in the center of my face, and especially over my nose, because I struggle to get foundation in general to stick to it, so I tend to use more high coverage concealers like this to put on my nose, so this has been a godsend for that. I will say that other than this concealer, just a quick shout out to the Wet n Wild, I can't remember the concealer name, but that I've also been grabbing for under my eyes. It's not too heavy, but I do have to still be a bit careful with how much I put under because it can get into my lines, and I'm getting more and more lines as I get older. Which, speaking of, one of the only powders I trust underneath my eyes, and I really need to get a new one, is this Kosas Cloud Set Airy. I've been looking to get a replacement because mine is, there's not many products I hit pan on. Eyebrow pencils, this, and then like I get through eyeliners and mascaras just because after like a year or 2 especially, they start to irritate my eyes. I had to actually go in with my finger to get any of the product. There is a bit left. I had to just like press it under my eyes, but it is so finely milled that even by running my finger over this, even though I've literally hit, there is none left. There's like the tiniest bits in here. This used to be like a proper powder, so the fact that I've gone through the whole thing just shows how good this powder is. This is always the one I reach for, whether it's with a brush or with one that's like a powder puff. I love this one under my eyes. I'm also trying to get through my Wet n Wild as well, which I have loads of, so which is why I'm kind of not too worried that I can't currently get the airy version, although I am worried about them reformulating because everyone's taking talc out and fucking up their formulas, so I'm worried about that. Powder foundation, I've gone back to my J.Cat. This time I got shade Porcelain. Previously I had like Ivory. I hate that these are so yellow, but these are one of my favourites. It's a thick powder that gives you a lot of coverage, but it's so smooth and it's not drying. That's the thing I have. I have 2 e.l.f. powders, although I am trying to like, I haven't bought from e.l.f. ever since the matte rife thing, but I have products I'm trying to get through, and their powder foundations, can I just say I fucking hate them. I really wanted to like their powder foundation as like a replacement for this because it's so hard to get in the UK, but I just can't. I still use my Rimmel one. I do really like my Rimmel one. I actually got a replacement this year. I just want to quickly shout out this bronzer. I've actually, not only am I using slightly less bronzer these days, but I'm just using whatever bronzers to hand. I haven't really had a favourite this year. I'm giving a quick shout out to this one, mostly because I don't think I've ever talked about this one before. I originally got this because Sephora collection, when I got the cream contour, which is like a really gorgeous grey undertone, I've had to stop using that because I'm worried I'm going to get through the whole thing. I don't know why I do that, just use it up and then get a new one. I don't know why I do it. But the bronzer, they do have, at least in America, they have like a very cool tone. I was trying to find a more neutral one. This is still very warm, and this is shade 01 Golden Gateway, but it is very nice. I'm wearing it today, especially on my forehead. It is a nice bronzer. It is nice and smoothing. I haven't got the Makeup by Mario one, but I imagine it'd be very similar to this one. I really do want that Makeup by Mario powder bronzer. Before I get into blush, I used 2 different highlighters today. This one, I've been really going for these like more pinky toned highlighters recently. This is the Westman Atelier Super Loaded Tinted Highlighter, and this is in shade Peau de Rosé. Really been wanting, I think it's because I saw Patrick Tar come out with those pinky shades that he had to reformulate because they were so bad, and I wanted something in just a bit more like natural tone. Turn this down ever so slightly. Westman Atelier on this side, and then I put on this side, which is literally blinding. Something that I refound in my collection. I have had a bag of makeup that I originally was going to give to a friend, but because of like lockdowns and stuff, it never got over to them. So I just went back through it to try and find stuff like what's gone bad that I need to throw away, or what's like in there that, funnily enough, I found a few products I was like, I've been thinking about that product and I thought I got rid of it, and technically I almost did. And one of those was the Sleek highlighting palettes. I don't even know if they still do these, but these palettes, Cleopatra Kiss was one of my absolute favourites, and I can see why. It's got very like champagne-y shades in it. And then this is the one I've used today, which is like the one that everyone used to talk about. This gorgeous thing here. I used a mixture of these 2 here today on this side of my face. And if you want the 2016, if they still do this, the 2016 highlighter, these 2 are insane. They feel dry and like compared to the sort of highlighters we're used to, but my goodness, look at that. So you can see the difference. So if you want like a more, this is also a cream by the way, and I put the cream over a powder foundation, so don't be scared of the Westman one, like even though it's cream. I put the Westman one here so you can see it is a lot more subtle. So if you want that more subtle highlighter, that's a really good option. These 2 look like eyeshadows. They're super blinding. And then for blush, I've been using a lot of the same ones, but I've been wanting to replace all of my e.l.f. stuff with Wet n Wild. The reformulated Colour Icon blushes. The shades of these, this is Naked Brown, which is more or less browny, nudie sort of shade. And then this one is Bed of Roses. So this is more like warmer, peachy to rosy sort of shade. They're just so stunning. I'm wearing them today. They're really pretty blushes. They're not as smoothing as my Makeup by Mario blush, but they're close. They last a long time too. Okay, so eyeshadow palettes. I've just been using the same old ones. The only one I can really shout out is this Kaledios one, just for a really quick thing. This black, deepest, darkest black eyeshadow I've ever used. And that's saying a lot because I've had like, I don't know how many palettes. I just wanted to shout this out because even if you were thinking about this palette, that black especially, wow. Also, honorable mention, I've still been using similar eyeshadow primers. I will say this is old, but I found this in my collection, so I'm sure Essence have got similar kind of formulated eyeshadow primers. This was an old one from their You Better Work collection, just as good as my Wet n Wild one. My Wet n Wild one's just a bit greasy at the moment, so I've been utilising that one instead because it's a bit drier and it's been keeping my eyes from creasing perfectly. Eyeshadows, I have been using a bunch. Single eyeshadows. The Danessa Myricks, I did get that big light, not the newest one, but the one prior. I will be honest, I'm not using it as much as I thought I was going to, but I have been using these. These are like the Metallics multi-pigment. I like the idea that if you get multiples, you can put them together. Her artistry is so clever. These are cream eyeshadows, so they have these little like caps on them. Really worried about losing these because I'm pretty sure if I keep putting that on, it'll help it from like drying up. And then I got 2 shades. I got Mystic Taupe and Interstellar. That's like the duo that comes together. And these are just gorgeous glittery eyeshadows. I know like a bunch of places do them now. That's basically what most of these eyeshadows are, like I'm going to be talking about, is that the glittery eyeshadows are very much my thing. I always grab for something to just put on as a topper. So those are the 2 shades there. One's more like champagne-y and the other one's more like bronzy, the Taupe sort of shade, which very similar. I have the Patrick Tar Still at the Club eyeshadows. I know this was the one that everyone was like, oh, you know, these are the least glittery, but I know that I would use these two the most out of the ones from his, at least the first drop. So you've got a very like bronzy shade, and then again like another like taupey shade. I've sort of mixed these two together. I put the Patrick Tar one here and then the Danessa Myricks here, hence the silvery bronze taupe. This Steeler shade, this is the Heaven's Dew All Over Glimmer in Silver Lake. This, if you have the Fenty Diamond Balm, you don't need that, but I was like, what's the point of getting the big Fenty Diamond Balm when I can just get something small that fits easier in my bag, and I'm still know I'm going to struggle to get through it. I put this over so many things this year. It's just a glittery, sparkly, oh, you can see the glitter really well in the dark. Here, it's like a silvery glitter where some days I just put eyeliner on my eyes and then put this all over. And that's been one of my favourite sort of things I've done this year. This is the eyeshadow I've been grabbing for that. I also have been putting it on inner corners and things like that. And then the last eyeshadow I want to give a quick shout out to is this brand called, I thought it was Josie. It's Juicy, apparently. And this is D127. I got 2 compliments when I wore this. Super glittery shade. Put that here. And again, I'll just turn all of these down just so you can see the glimmer in all of these. You've got Danessa Myricks, Patrick Tar, Steeler, and then Josie. So it depends what you're looking for, but all gorgeous shades. Yeah, almost done, just eye products and lips. So just a quick shout out because the Wet n Wild brow pencil has now kicked the ass of all my other brow pencils. I've been grabbing this all of the time. I have this in the shade Deep Brown. I do also have like a NYX pencil, which I like the shape of, but the colour is awful. I hate it. I just want to talk about a few eyeliners because, like I say, liquid black eyeliner I've been using all the time. I have a few that obviously I use, like my Benefit one, but I've really fell back in love with my Revolution one. This is actually the waterproof one, so it's even better. So this eyeliner is just so easy to use. It's the perfect eyeliner for me personally. I think the sort of shape of it is just so much easier to get a nice easy line. The only thing I don't love about it is that it's not matte. It is more of that shiny finish, but I get over it. This eyeliner I was using all of the start of the year for inner corner. I use something else at the moment, which I'll talk about in a sec. This is the Catrice, so affordable, Space Glam Liquid Effect eyeliner. I also got a blue one, but I didn't love, it was quite streaky, whereas this silver one, Moonstone Metallic, I don't know if they still have this because I know Catrice discontinues stuff very quickly. It is like liquid titanium. So blinding and stunning. If you want something cool tone, perfect. Recently I've been using, for a similar thing, using my new, this is just a quick shout out, Kaledios eyeliner. This is from the new collection. Oh no, I just broke off a bit of that, fuck. But it's very similar. You can use obviously inside your eye, whereas this one is a liquid eyeliner that you can use mostly obviously outside your eye. And I just want to give a quick shout out because basically all of my Christmas eye look this year I used white eyeliner, and this is the one I used. This is by Wet n Wild. This is from the Marilyn Monroe collection, but I know that they do a bunch of white eyeliners anyway. This is what I was using in my waterline to do winged eyeliner, anything like that. It was just such a good white eyeliner and so much easier to use, I'm sorry to say, than that Melt Cream one. By the way, I'm still using a bunch of the products I've used in my yearly roundups. It's just that rather than mentioning the same ones, obviously I'm mentioning stuff that I've either discovered this year or just used the most this year. For black mascara, I have been using, as much as I love my Pat McGrath one, it bleeds crazy on me, Rimmel Thrill Seeker, because I love the hourglass of this wand, the waterproof one, so this has been great for not bleeding. For brown mascara, which I'm actually wearing today, it's going to be hard for you to tell. Essence Lash Princess in black brown has been stunning. It's weird that it's actually black brown. I thought this was just brown because this is a very like more warmer, as you can see from my lashes. It's very warm, so I don't understand where the black part comes in, but it's really, really pretty. Essence is some of my favourite mascaras, the pink one especially. And then, just really, really quickly, my lips Stix. So, quick shout out goes to, because I don't think I spoke about this last year, but for the start of the year, I was using this a lot, the Sephora Cream Lip Stain in Alter Ego. Very cool tone shade. I loved it. Also because it's more of like a liquid lip slash lip stain. It's a comfortable liquid lip, first of all, and it doesn't move too much. It does still transfer a bit, but not crazy. Then the Max Factor. I can't believe how much I've used this. This is in Subtle Orchid. It's so pretty. This shade here, I just absolutely love. You can see it's more like purple tone. One's more brown tone. The other one is more purple tone. The Wet n Wild High Shine Matte Mauve. Mine is so... It came like this, but I deal with it because it's a very shiny lipstick. You can see the shades a bit better there. It's a bit like more pinky toned than the other ones. And then lastly, I have this Natasha Denona lipstick in Natasha 11 NB. First of all, I love the packaging. I'm actually very tempted to get the blush that's also in this packaging. But I saw someone who I follow on TikTok. This lipstick was very cool tone on her. And I've been considering getting this lipstick for ages. Now, it is a bit more like peachy, but with a brown tone lip liner or with a cool tone lip liner, it has been perfect. And it has that similar shine to this one. So I've really been enjoying this. I grabbed for it a bunch. I think it's so flattering. Those are the lip shades and the eyeliners as well. But yeah, so I'm going to go take all of this makeup off before I get it all over me. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure to give us a like and subscribe if you like it. If you want to see more chit chat, get ready with me's, I do have a playlist of not only my favourites, which I will link here, also of my get ready with me's. So if you are interested in just sitting down, having a cup of tea and normally listening to me moan about a gig experience or journey, then you'll enjoy those. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye!